Okay, welcome to Thoughts TV Sports Show. And of course, we are in the studio once again, and we will be discussing our sports. And today we will be taking a look at the major signings that the clubs are making around Europe. That's what we will be discussing this time around on sports. Of course, different clubs are signing players every day. Chelsea are signing, Manchester United, Real Madrid, and of course different clubs, because the transfer window is on, and we will be taking a look at some major signings made by some clubs across Europe. We'll be taking a look at the Real Madrid signing of Kylian Mbappe. Yes, Kylian Mbappe is now a Real Madrid player, leaving PSG for free to Real Madrid. And next season, we won't be seeing Kylian Mbappe in at PSG again, but at Real Madrid this time around. And of course, another team that also makes some major transfer is Manchester United. Yes, Man United, don't forget, they've signed 18-year-old Leny Yoro, and also they've signed Joshua Zirkzee, a striker. Don't forget, Leny is a centre back, and we are still expecting more from Manchester United. Is still in the news that the lead of Bayern Munich is still on his way to Manchester United. Let's see if he will sign for Man United, and of course Manuel Ugarte of PSG too. These are what we'll be discussing on the show today. Thank you so much. My guest is here with me in the studio. His name is Ahmed. Ahmed, it's good to have you in the studio once again.
Good to be viewers on the. My name is Ahmed Estant. Sure. So
yeah, talking straight about the signings of Kylian Mbappe.
I think Kylian Mbappe is a very good choice for Madrid. Like, as a Madrid fans, it makes you Madrid fans out there under Madrid. So one this, Kylian Mbappe is a very profitable and very promising talent in the whole world. I think Madrid signing Mbappe is highly expected, because Carlo Ancelotti will always appoint his own player to the club. So I feel he doesn't have any. Just like.
Yeah, mate.
So I think he doesn't have any competition there. So it's highly expected that he's going to be signed for Madrid.
Okay, how do you think Kylian Mbappe will fit into that Real Madrid side? Don't forget, we have Rodrigo, we have Vinicius Junior, different players up front, and now the inclusion of Kylian Mbappe.
You see, the reason why I said he won't have any problem in Madrid is that it depends on how the coach wants to play his own formation. Like most times when Carlo Ancelotti does his own formation, he does it 4-3-3. So at the front, Bellingham at the attacking midfield side, playing 8 or 10. So at the front, they always use Vinicius Junior, Rodrigo, and Mbappe at the front. You see, Joselu that is playing as centre forward for Real Madrid before is going to be sold. And this Hendrick coming into Real Madrid is a very young player. So you can't think Ancelotti will bench Mbappe for.
Of course.
So there's no competition out there for him. So I think he will walk straight into the starting 11.
So it's going to be Vinicius on the left wing, Rodrigo on the right wing, and Kylian Mbappe. Wow.
Very sure.
I can say that Madrid is will be a deadly team this coming season. But well, it's a game of football. Let me quickly chip in this. What happened to Eden Hazard? Can we say such can happen to Kylian Mbappe?
You see, what happened to Eden?
You will agree with me that Eden Hazard did not perform up to expectations when he was at Real Madrid.
Yes. You see, Eden Hazard coming down from Chelsea in Premier League, where the football there is very hard. The football there is very hard. So you have to have a lot of strength to withstand the Premier League power. The power is there. But you see, coming down from France, French League, I call them Farmers League, because you always see PSG or any other club dominating the league every season. So Mbappe coming down from PSG with injury-free area. So you feel his own will not be like that of Eden Hazard. And you know Eden Hazard back in Real Madrid doesn't fit into the Carlo Ancelotti plan straight away. But you see, the likes of Mbappe is a very versatile player up front. So I think his own won't be like that of Eden Hazard.
Okay.
So I feel his own won't be like that of Eden Hazard. So I really are sure that Mbappe is going to fit into Real Madrid's plan up front.
Okay, Mbappe is going to fit into Real Madrid's plan up front, and that's coming from Ahmed. Let's talk about Champions League. Real Madrid winning the Champions League this season, and they will be going into another Champions League in September with the inclusion of Kylian Mbappe. Let's talk about the inclusion of Kylian Mbappe and then Champions League chances.
You see, the Champions League chances is, you said the other time that in football, anything can happen in the world of sports. You see, Champions League, let's just start playing it first before you see how they are going to, maybe they are going to win it. Or like that of last season. Don't forget. Just remember that Dortmund, they are the underrated team in that Champions League. Nobody can tell that Dortmund is going to enter the final.
Exactly.
So I feel football is just a game, and anything can happen in the world of sports.
But you will agree with me that the chances is now high again to win it with the inclusion of Kylian Mbappe.
And we accept at maybe 60%, because you not look at their defensive players. So if you are comparing their players, we are still seeing how the summer signings are at Real Madrid. But we are not seeing how it is at other clubs. So let's see how the summer signing is going to be closed, and let's see what is going to happen there. But for now, their attacking prowess is very high. So I feel the goals are just going to be rushing in from any angle for Real Madrid.
Okay, thank you very much, Ahmed, doing justice to that. Okay, let's move straight to Manchester United signings. We have Leny Yoro, a 10-year-old defender, and Joshua Zirkzee, who is a striker. The two players has been signed at Manchester United.
You see, when I want to talk about Man U, I feel this time around, they are just flashing their money anyway. So you can't be buying players. As our players are there, you are not selling them. Let's talk about Leny Yoro. He's a defensive player, a centre-back player.
Yeah.
So you feel, yes, you are replacing Raphael Varane, because Varane is no more in Manchester United again. You are replacing him with Leny Yoro. Who are you going to pair with him? Are you going to pair Maguire with him, or you are going to pair Evans with Leny Yoro?
Of course, there's Martinez. Don't forget Martinez.
There's Martinez, but I feel Martinez is injury prone. He has the
There's Martinez. There's still Lindelof. We don't know if Lindelof is still going to stay.
They are just overloading this Manchester. Now they are still talking about signing Ugarte. The need is going to come in also later. So I feel they are just overloading their team with just names. So I don't feel they are going to have any.
One thing that affected Manchester United last season was that there were injuries, and it really affected the team. You will agree with me that it affected Manchester United last season, and a team that is having like 12 players injured, the coach will want to invest more in having a good player even on the bench.
So see, you said the last season they're having a lot of injuries. You never can tell how this season is going to be. So I feel signing Leny Yoro is a very good signing. I never negate that. So I feel it's a very good signing. But you see, when there's so much injury last season, you can't tell how they are going to be this season.
They're going to be.
Now, most of the players that had injury last season are going to be complaining of playing times now this season. If you are not going to be putting them in the starting 11. So I feel Leny Yoro is a good signing. I'm talking about Joshua Zirkzee, is a forward. So I feel Anthony is going to be affected. concerning that Joshua Zirkzee. So Anthony is going to be affected because at that forward, I feel up there you're going to be using Garnacho at left, and then Oiland forward, are you going to be using Joshua Zirkzee? So it's
don't forget Rashford is still there. Manchester United need squad depth. You will agree with me.
I don't feel Rashford is going to last long in Man U because Jadon Sancho. If Jadon Sancho should stay, Rashford is going to leave. If Rashford is going to stay, Jadon Sancho is going to be sold.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
Of course, there are news that that Jadon Sancho will be leaving for another club. Also, Aaron Wan-Bissaka too should be leaving, and the likes of probably Lindelof should also be leaving. I think that's what we have. Casemiro too. Casemiro too should be leaving with what we are reading in the newspapers, and they are only waiting for offers to come for these players before Manchester United take another step in signing another player. But what do you expect from Leny Yoro and Joshua Zirkzee this season? Do you see them entering into the first team of Manchester United?
You see, Joshua Zirkzee coming into Premier League for the first time, I feel it's going to blend well with how Premier League plays their own football, their pattern of playing, even especially in Manchester United. I see Leny Yoro, he has a lot to learn. He's still a young, talented footballer, a centre-back. So he has a lot to learn in Man U. So maybe he can blend well. Let's see how he plays his football. But one thing that spoils all these Manchester United players is overhyping. When you overhype them too much, even a less paid player will feel too big to play for the club. So they don't need overhyping this time around.
Okay, thank you very much, Ahmed. Let's quickly take a look at another club that is chasing Nico Williams. They just concluded Euro 2024, won by Spain, as that player Nico Williams in the Spanish team. And you will agree with me that that guy is a baller. Yeah.
Sure, he's a baller.
The guy is very good on the ball. And with what we are saying in the news now, Barcelona is chasing Nico Williams.
I feel the UEFA rules is sooner or later is going to affect Barcelona from signing any players.
How?
Yes. We heard like 2 to 3 days ago that borders close off because they are owing some certain amount, like 40 million pounds.
Okay.
And Barca is one of them owing. Barca is owing them like 6 million pounds since 2018 after signing Macron from Bordeaux. That's the French league.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel when their case is going to be brought out, they will be highly disgraced. That's Barcelona for you. Then chasing Nico Williams now, I don't think they are going to pay that amount. I think PSG is going to sign Nico Williams.
Wow. Because
PSG are already trying to accept personal terms with the player. So now it's just for them to bring the fee. And you know, PSG, they just pay price player like this, they sign him straight away. So I think Barca is not ready to sign the player. They've been on it for the past 2 weeks now. So I think they are not going to sign the player.
Okay, so let's talk about Real Madrid again, and don't forget next season. Of course, we will have times that there will be a Clasico matches, and that's between Real Madrid and Barcelona. And if Barcelona did not get to sign this Nico Williams, at least don't you think both teams will not be balanced? I mean, the strength in Real Madrid versus the strengths in Barcelona. Fine, we have Lamine Yamal at Barcelona, but in the Real Madrid team, where we have Rodrigo, we have Vinicius Junior, we have Kylian Mbappe.
I feel that.
Don't you think that there's no balance? Unlike when we have Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, we get to watch interesting games, but now only in Lamine Yamal that I can see that he yes.
So I feel Barcelona before is not like Barcelona now.
Of course, definitely, admit.
You see, the only player shouldering Barcelona, carrying Bacano on his own shoulder is Lamine Yamal. The only players coming from another club to Barca, the ones helping them last season, the likes of João Cancelo and João Felix.
Yeah, João Felix.
So I feel Nico Williams coming into Barca will help them. But I don't think they are ready to sign with Nico Williams. And they don't have these attacking players that are going to give them that power to put the ball inside the net.
That goes.
Unlike Real Madrid, that forward, Rodrigo, Vinicius, and Mbappe. See, next season, I can talk about La Liga, but of Champions League in terms of Real Madrid, I can't talk about that. But you see La Liga, Santander, don't forget it's just for Real Madrid. Except if Atletico Madrid are going to be competing with them. But you see Barcelona, I don't feel they can compete with Real Madrid.
Okay, let's take a look at your top 4 for La Liga next season. Top 4.
Yeah.
Then we close.
My top 4 for La Liga next season should be, I should start from the 4th.
No, from the first.
Let me start from the 1st. I think Real Madrid.
Okay.
The 2nd, Atletico Madrid.
Wow, you are not even coming up with Barcelona.
But 3rd, I should feel they should be in between Girona or Barcelona. I should be 3rd.
Wow.
And 4th, I feel each other. And watch out for this club. I think Villarreal. Watch out for them. Because they are signing players underneath and you don't know their names. So you watch out for them also, Villarreal. They are coming up.
Okay.
And Real Sociedad.
Okay. Lastly on the show this today, Premier League top 4 next season. What do you see?
I feel Premier League next season is going to be hot.
Yeah.
Because
definitely.
now we don't know what Guardiola is going to do. He's not signing anybody.
Yes, just one player, Savio.
Just Savio. So I feel next season is just going to be like the former season we just concluded now. So I feel first you should.
And then before coming to the show, I was reading what Guardiola said. He said if that they confirmed the signing of Savio, and if any other players are not leaving the club, that they are going to be that way. So that means we might not see any new players apart from Savio coming in. So if there's no other players leaving Manchester City.
I feel Guardiola is being given power out of the board members also. That he can conclude which player he wants him to leave the club and which player he wants to sign. So if no player is leaving the club, then I don't think there is any will of signing any player. And if you see the transfer market of how the Premier League clubs are operating now, they are afraid of the PSR and the FPP.
Exactly.
So I feel all of them are just holding their arms and looking at what is going to happen. Okay. So I feel next season at the first, I choose Man City.
Again.
2nd, Arsenal.
Again.
But might just be out of Chelsea and Man U, because I feel Liverpool are not up to the task again with their new coach and Slot. I don't think it's going to make any wonders in Liverpool.
Okay, 4th.
Just Liverpool and any other club.
And then any other club. Okay. Well, let's see. But I can assure you that next season is going to be super hot in the English Premier League. And of course, in the La Liga as well. Because we have young and vibrant, versatile players that are plying their trades in these leagues. Thank you so much. Ahmed, thank you very much for coming on the show today. My name is Sheon Olowoyo. Thank you. Until next time.